guys like music? Because I do, and I know you do, because this is part 3 of my CD collection, showcase, whatever that you want to call it. And I'm assuming you watched the other 2 parts. I split my entire collection up into 4 equal, like, chunks for the videos. We left off at the end of G, which was Gorillas, and now we're going to J, next letter in the alphabet, and who better to start with the J than good old Jack Stauber. This is pop food, and signed, yeah, right, signed by him at a show that I saw him at. Same thing with this, High Low, signed by Jack Stauber. Good stuff, CDs, like them. Okay, so those were the 2 Jack Stauber albums I have. This is Justice, audio, video, disco. I'm not missing the cover for this. The cover of this was actually a poster that you can take out of the album and like unfold, and right now it's in my room. It's good, it's the only Justice album I have. Killer Mike, R.A.P. music. This is a good album. This was pre-Run the Jewels, so this was before Run the Jewels happened, but it still was produced most largely by LP. One problem, I'm missing the fucking disc. Unlike Danger Doom, I know where that went. I don't know, I think this was it. I think the disc in this is in my parents' house still. Killer's Hot Fuss. This has that song on it. That song? Yeah, that's this one. My friend George really likes this album, or when I got this, he did. I don't know if he still does. It's just not my kind of rock. I'm still like, sure, I'll take it. This was one of the albums that was donated at the Goodwill that I worked at, so it was like less than $1 for this. Whoa, whoa, what is this I got? 12 Bar Brews by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. That's right, boys, I got plenty of Gizzard albums to go through, and this is the first one. I don't have all of them. I wish I did. My goal was to have all of them. There's just a lot, and I was worried I wasn't going to be able to get any King Gizzard CDs from like the older albums because they weren't like printing them anymore, but then they reprinted the CDs, so now there's enough Giz to go around. Surf rock, noise rock, good stuff. And then we kind of just jump ahead in time a lot in their discography, because I'm missing a lot of the stuff between 12 Bar Brews and this album, but this is Paper Maché Dream Balloon, one of my favorites by them. It's like 60s pop rock, made in 2015. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Nonagon Infinity by King Gizzard. This was the first King Gizzard album I listened to. Flying Microtonal Banana. I wouldn't have expected this album to take off the way it did, but a lot of people really like this, and I'm glad because it kicks ass. It's just not very accessible, but very good. Cool shit. It also came with a zine. I don't have the zine with me, I forgot. Okay, got it. I forgot to grab the zine. This zine came with the album, Flying Microtonal Banana. It's a bunch of pictures and drawings and stuff. It's pretty rad. I like it a lot. So after Flying Microtonal Banana, we got Murder of the Universe. It's alright, I like it. I was upside down. I wish these were signed. I wish I could have seen them live before the pandemic, but that didn't happen. Next up I have King Gizzard's Polygoned Wonderland VHS form. This isn't a CD. This album was released in the public domain, meaning anyone can legally distribute it. This basically has a music video for every track on the album. It's like a visualizer for the entire album. Very cool. This is really good. Something that's interesting is at the end of this, there's like a few minutes left of like a recording of some random like television network. It's pretty funny. Very homemade DIY shit. I like that. That's really cool. It's not a CD though. Now we have Fishing for Fishies, a very good album. It sounds like shit my parents would listen to, but by a band that they wouldn't listen to. And the last King Gizzard album that I currently own is Infest the Rat's Nest. I almost got mixed up with Murder of the Universe. This is Infest the Rat's Nest, thrash metal, basically. I remember listening to this album while I was looking at like footage of the protests and shit and the riots that were going on. It was oddly fitting to see a cop car burn while listening to this album. LCD Soundsystem, this guy knows what the fuck he's doing, okay? You see, you got the gatefold, you got the 2 discs. The only reason I would ever listen to disc 2 is because it has Losing My Edge on it, but, you know, I like the disc 1, so I have it. After that is Sound of Silver by LCD Soundsystem. I don't like this as much as the self-titled, but I like it. This was a gift from who else but Jen. 6 by Mansun. I honestly know almost nothing about this band other than this album sounds really cool, and yeah, it's pleasant to listen to every now and then. Massive Attack, Mezzanine, dub. Down-tempo, trippy, cool shit. What am I supposed to say about these things? I like these albums, that's why I have them. MGMT, congratulations! Good shit. I wish I had the version that had the coin you can scratch off, like the thing, but that's not this, it's just a normal, soft pack. This came with a poster too, which is in my room. We're moving on to Modest Mouse. Now, this album is Sad Sappy Sucker. It was released a while after it was made. This was some of the first material that Modest Mouse, like, recorded, but it wasn't released until, like, years later. So I really consider this to be, like, the first Modest Mouse album, even though it technically isn't, but it technically is, because all the material on this is older than most of the stuff on their first album. I don't own their first album. This is a long drive for someone with nothing to think about, by the way. That's like one of the few Modest Mouse CDs I'm missing currently. Sad Sappy Sucker, I like this a lot. It's pretty slept on. I don't know why, but it's not on the streaming services that I look for. The Fruit That Ate Itself, an EP, pretty good, not their best, far from their best. I like most of the shit on here except for Dirty Fingernails. I don't know why I don't really like that track, but I don't really like that track. Here we go, the classic, Lonesome Crowded West. Honestly, I think this is their best album. This is Modest Mouse's best album in my opinion. Every single track on here slaps hardcore. While that may be the best Modest Mouse album, this is my favorite Modest Mouse album. So objectively, I think Lonesome Crowded West is better. Subjectively, I think Moon in Antarctica is just fucking fantastic. Notice I have 2 Moon in Antarcticas. For those who don't know, this is the original version. It was released, and then a while later, Isaac Brock was like, I don't like the mixing and production on this. It doesn't feel finished to me. I need to finish it. And so he finished it after remastering and reissuing it with a new updated album cover. This says it's the expanded and remastered edition. It's not that expanded. It has some tracks on it that you can see on this one. Everywhere in His Nasty Parlor Tricks. This was an EP that was coming right off the heels of the Moon in Antarctica era, meaning a lot of the songs on this sound have the same feel, have the same vibe as Moon in Antarctica, which means I like this EP. I like this EP. Now this is the one that everyone knows about by them. This is their like popular one, Good News for People Who Love Bad News. It's very good, don't get me wrong. Is it heresy for me to say that I like this more than This Is a Long Drive for someone with nothing to think about? I accidentally tossed that one across the room. We Were Dead Before the Ship Even Sank. This came out after Good News for People Who Love Bad News. I like this one even more than Good News for People Who Love Bad News, and I don't even know why. No One's First and You're Next by Modest Mouse. It's good. It has King Rat on it, which is like top 3 Modest Mouse songs, period. You gotta pay respect. Modest Mouse, Strangers to Ourselves. I got this album, and the first concert I ever went to on my own volition was a Modest Mouse concert. I was touring for this album. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up, but if you reflect the CD, you see Strangers written in like a reversed mirrored font there. You don't see it when you're looking at it like straight on, but when you have the light reflect, there you go. Yeah, there you go, you can see it. Check that shit out, that's pretty neat. This is the last one that I'll talk about. All Hail West Texas by the Mountain Goats. Whoa. Whoa! You love it or hate it. Like, people either don't give a shit about Mountain Goats or they're obsessive. I like this album and the Sunset Tree. That's about it. I guess I need to listen to more from them. But yeah, I like this album and I like the Sunset Tree. I don't have the Sunset Tree, but I have this album. Alright, and that's the end of part 3 of my CD showcase collection. Part 4 will be going over the rest of the albums, the rest of the alphabet, so whatever I have not mentioned will be mentioned there. Thank you for watching Part 3. That's it. Absolutely.